welcome. All right, so we have a treat for you. We are friends with a bunch of you guys on YouTube. You guys comment regularly, but we are so excited to finally meet one of our YouTube Simple Livin family friends that we have come to know closely, and we are so excited we finally get to meet them in real life. And they have a treat for you, and that is to give you a tour of their brand new truck. All right, so here we go. Introducing Liz.
Hi guys.
All right, so go ahead and tell us about your truck.
We have a 2020 Peterbilt 579 with a 156-inch ARI sleeper on the back.
All right, so if you didn't catch all that, if you are not completely familiar with trucker lingo, she just said she has a brand new 2020 truck, and it doesn't even have 2,000 miles on it, and it has the more than micro tiny living like us. They were living in a standard sleeper, and they were cramming it. They were doing it. It was rough living sometimes. All of you that do team drivings and you live in a standard sleeper, you know what it's about. But they've finally been able to upgrade, and the last part of that description she gave you lets you know that there is a great big apartment on the back of here and is extended. So we are so excited to share that with you and give you a tour of the back of the truck. So they've kept everything in the truck in the front standard except for the seats. So let's hear about the seats.
These are Superior seats. Excalibur is the model. Superior leather. They have heating and cooling and 12-way massage.
So that is super awesome, because you know how it is when you start driving and after you're in the seat for 4 hours, you start to get tired, uncomfortable. All you do is stretch this up and you can push all the different zones. So there's different massage patterns, there's a heating, there's a cooling, all that good stuff. And they have the passenger seat and the driver's seat with both those seats. So let's go ahead and jump to the back and give you a tour. All right, guys, welcome to the back of the bunk. So we're coming into the door, into the back part, and we're gonna start right over here with the shower section. So here we go. All right, so let's see about the shower. They have a shower, it's right in their truck.
Shower and a bathroom. Two most important, all in one.
They don't have to do what to do without a toilet or potty anymore.
No, we don't. So we have the toilet here, shower head. That has a pause button. Yep, pause button. So when you're showering, you're wasting any water.
So why is the pause button so important?
Well, when you only have 80 gallons of water and 5 gallons of hot water at a time, you
don't want to waste it.
Exactly.
So when you hit the pause button, it allows the water to stay at temperature without coming out of the shower head, so you can have hot water longer. You don't have to actually turn it all the way off, wait till it gets warm, and shock yourself with the cold water. So,
absolutely.
And so how does the drain work with the toilet?
The toilet has a cassette that collects all of your waste, and then the shower, gray water, you have a bladder. That's why we have a big step up. You have a bladder underneath.
So it's right underneath there.
And you can either have, inside this door here, there's a valve. You can either have the, you want to catch that? You can either have it collect in the bladder, or you can have the valve open so it drains out underneath the truck, and it kind of disperses out amongst the length of the truck instead of one spot. So yeah, those are the two ways to get rid of the gray water.
All right, so we're gonna move right into the kitchen.
How about
oh, let's do the control panel. Hold on, because this is important. You'll see these in a few places throughout the truck, because it's not like your house where everything's just one great big system that you just turn a small knob. So there's lots of components to a truck, RV, school late, whatever you're doing in this kind of situation, there's lots of different components to this, and they added some.
Well, the nice thing is we have two different air types of air. We have 3 different heating. So depending on what you're doing with the truck. If the truck's running, there's a panel in the back that you can have air or heat that generates from the front. When the generator's on, we have a separate air conditioning and heating unit right here. We also have something called a Webasto heater that will blow your socks off in the middle of winter. Another thing I did not point out before, the entire walls of this sleeper have been blown in insulation. So you don't
Which is huge, because you're not getting the draft like most trucks have, where your floor is freezing cold, behind your bed there's a draft coming up the wall, so they're not going to have that with their truck.
Right, so once everything, all the plumbing and wiring's put in, then they blow in the insulation, and it helps with the cooling and the heating. We also have this here's, I don't understand all of it, but I do know with the generator on, we can transfer charging. So right now I'm also charging the truck batteries. So any overflow goes to the truck batteries to keep those charged.
And one thing that they are going to be doing, they have the panels, they're just not installed yet, is they're going to be putting solar panels on the roof. So
trickle charge.
Yes, so that will help things like the refrigerator and other small things. If they were to park for a weekend or a week, it will help keep those appliances going and they don't have to ruin any of the food. So,
and keep the batteries charged.
Yeah.
Also on the wall here, with our water, we have two 40-gallon tanks. We can always check. We have one that's empty currently, one that's 2/3 full.
How long does it take you to, how long can you go for with 40 gallons?
With one 40-gallon tank, probably about 4 days. That's 4 showers and doing dishes, rinsing out things. That's not being on the road. We haven't actually pulled the load yet.
So they just got this truck. Like I told you, it only has like 2,000 miles on it. So they haven't been, they've just been equipping it and getting it ready. So you've seen it before. They even take it on the road full time. So, but they're guessing that on the road that you should be able to go at least 7 days without having,
both tanks,
yeah, with both tanks. So they can go a week before they have to refill and empty the toilet and all like that. So
yeah, that's about 4 to 5 days. But we have
Yeah.
2 cassettes, so if we do run into a place we can empty it, just pop in a new cassette.
all right, so now let's move to the kitchen. Okay, like us, before, Liz did cooking like I did. Made a little pop-up kitchen with a little portable dishwasher. If you haven't checked out any of the videos, do so. I'll make sure I'll link some of those. But Liz does not have to do that anymore. She doesn't have to make a kitchen pop up with the one pot cooking or do the dishes on the ground or all of that fun things. So the big upgrade for them, because in cooking healthy is important to them, is right here.
Yep. We have a microwave convection oven that we don't use the microwave part yet. But it convections, it roasts, grills, broils, anything you can do with your oven at home, we can do up here.
And it's small, so it's nice and compact, but it does everything that your oven will do at home.
I've made meals for 2 and it's perfect.
And then the fridge, you can see the fridge is a little bit bigger. They went with the apartment size because fresh ingredients is important, once again. So you can see this normally is how big your truck fridge and freezer combo is together.
Yep.
But this is just the freezer, and then this is the refrigerator. So they got a bunch of fresh good stuff. And you can see right up here on the freezer, I already have the lock in place. But when they're on the road, just slides in there and make sure that the doors don't come open. And look at that cutie. So they have a little pup, Harley, just like Lily. They're almost the same size. And Harley is staying with friends while they're transitioning the truck because they just go insane. And the trucks had to go in the shop for different things, and that would not be good for Harley. So, all right, now let's move to the other side of the kitchen. The sink and the pantry and more cooking.
Yes. Here again, the gray water. This one automatically jumps outside. There's no holding tank whatsoever. But
that's okay because it's nothing is bad for the environment. It's just
we use
dirty
products.
dishwater.
Yep. We have the lower pantry that has all the nice carpeted pull-out, very stiff 4 drawers here.
So they're able to hold a lot of dry goods, spices, things like that. And then not only down there, but they have area up top to store.
Yep. So we have this all the way around. These 4 here are all kitchen.
Now go ahead and show them the luxury. Okay, you can't see anything that's in there, and then she just flips the magic switch and look at that lighting. So there is rope lighting that runs all the way along the inside of all of the cabinets, and it allows her to be able to see in there. And all of those cabinets are with strut doors, and they have locking doors.
They're also carpeted, and they all have a lip so that nothing slides out of there.
Yeah, that way, if when they get stopped and they open the door, then it's helping keeping it from falling out the front of the door.
Yep, yep.
So that's a nice feature. And then also with the countertop, there is, underneath here, she has the built-in.
Yep, this is a 1-burner.
Put the pan on there, it gets warm, you take the pan off and it's cool.
Yes.
Induction.
Induction, thank you.
Cameraman,
I also have a
Scott's
new
the cameraman.
Yes, thank you, cameraman. I also have a new wave, so if I need more than one.
So if she wants something in the oven and then she's got 2 skillets going, she can really pop out a 4-course meal, guys.
I try. I love to cook, so yes, this is my...
So then it goes right over top of the step right there, and it extends her counter space. So just folds flat right up there. And then right behind her, you can see she has the steps. So many of you know that you like to close up the front and block that off and just leave this back here. So it's more like apartment living. So there's the steps, and it has a nice fold out that goes over it. So then when they're driving, they don't have to worry about falling in the hole, or if they want to work at the desk area, which is right inside the door. So right inside the door, they use that little space for a shoe cubby, and then they have their TV and a whole bunch of other stuff in the top cabinet above the TV. But us girls really don't know a whole lot about it, but they have TV now, folks.
Have dish.
They have dish TV.
Roaming or in motion satellite. So
there we go.
You can roll down the road and still have
And
TV.
Al can watch the football game.
Yes.
He's in heaven.
Yep. NFL package.
Al's hiding out up front. So they use this area over here as their office. So they are owner operators. They own this truck themselves, so they do have to do a little bit more paperwork than company drivers. So that's their office. They do have storage underneath there. So she has like a printer tucked away underneath there,
Computer
and
printer.
yeah, paper, different things like that. So that she needs for the office, she can do it all right here, and it makes it more convenient. She doesn't have to try to track a place down and work all those details
No
out. She has it.
slow chasing.
Yeah, she's got it all worked out right here. Okay, so now you see, moving straight to the back, there is cabinets all along the top, and they all have great big storage. So the nice thing about the corner cabinets is they are truly that big that it goes like this, and they are really deep all the way back to that corner. So she can do a lot of storage in there. So another helpful thing that she does in her storage is that she puts everything in totes, especially things that they're not using on a daily use. That way it just keeps it nice and tidy, and things are just easier to get to.
And it keeps it from rattling.
Yeah, keeps things from rattling and falling out, and you guys know how that trucker life is. Okay, now you see the bed. So the bed is pretty.
Now
pretty,
you see
I'm
the
sorry,
table.
the table. Hold on, it's a magic trick. You see the table, and it wraps right in there, so they can use it as a sitting desk. They can use it as their table, and then all she has to do is set up the bed very easily. She just takes the pillows off, sets those aside, and with just one finger, she can unlatch it, and it just flips down. So you can see how the table just lowers right there with it. So it's actually hinged on the bottom of the bed as the Murphy bed.
And the cushions.
And the cushions you don't have to pull out or anything. It just fits right down in there. And they actually have a full-size bed.
This is 48 inches wide by 75 inches long. So full size.
So no more cramming in the twin XL. Luxury.
Yes, very much so.
And then all they have to do is keep the bed made. You can see it didn't mess it up. They have the bed made, and then the table comes right back up. So it is double hinged down along the bottom of there, and then on the table it's hinged, and underneath there you can see the components that help really make it do the move. And you can see the little kneader feeder down there for their little pup Harley. And then
Those are the best things for a dog.
it is the best thing for a dog in a truck or a moving vehicle. It is wonderful. So where is their storage for their water tank?
We have one 40-gallon that's underneath here, and we have a second one right inside the lower wardrobe. I hide him behind there. Everything's all nice and insulated and wrapped up. Speaking
So
of storage,
with being in there, that is part of their wardrober. So all their foldables.
3 drawers there, nice and deep. They go all the way back. And then the nice lit up wardrobe.
And now tell them the secret that you have found with hanging clothes, because how many of you guys have had clothes, you tried to use a wardrober? You know we don't use a wardrober because the clothes fall off the hangers bang around, and it makes a crazy noise.
Get huggables.
Get huggables.
Target. They are thin, coated with a velvet type.
Yeah.
Clothes do not fall off. They do not bang. And you can fit all the more clothing in there
because she said
skinny.
they're so thin, so you can fit extra clothes. So they are full-time on the road truckers. They do not come off the road unless it's vacation, so they need to have all seasons of clothes, all weather clothes on the road with them to make life a little bit more easy. So with those hangers, they stay on the hangers, they don't bang around, and it just makes life a little easier. So what do they do with their dirty clothes? Good question. So back here, hiding next to the bed, it looks just like a little nightstand, but that cabinet, you see that handle right there, is actually a trap door, and it goes behind the bench seat right there. And
all the way to the back wall.
Yep, it goes all the way. So it's a great big storage container down there, and you can dump all your dirty clothes in there. And in some trucks, Liz told me that they actually have a trap door on the outside, so they can pull their dirty clothes out from the outside and just take them out there. So that's one thing that they might get put in later, but they need to get on the road and get moving. So that's a nice little feature. And then there's also the top cabinet there. And then you can also see with the blinds. So a good thing about the feature, this is a day blind. And then they have another one that you can pull down right on top of that. That's a night blind. And then also inside of there, they can put an insert to really black out the light. So that's almost everything, I think, for the inside. Anything we forgot? I mean, you can see there's another switchboard right here.
This here's our generator. My husband knows more about it, but I know how to start it and put it on auto. That's about it.
She knows how to start it so she can cook and,
exactly.
and take a shower.
We've got ceiling lights that are dimmable. We've got different stages of lights. We have over the sink, we'll just create 2. We have lights, the courtesy lights for coming in. There's actually the stairwell will light up and the handle. We also have these dinette. Over here we have dinette lights and the overhead.
And you have a little reader light.
We have this little cool little reader.
And one thing that we forgot to mention when we were talking about the TV, that is a nice feature, especially for hubby, is the pop-up and the surround sound.
Yes, there's a sound bar underneath, and then you can turn the speakers on and off back here as well.
Yeah.
For surround sound.
So do you want to show them about the pop-ups? Is that one?
Oh, yep, there's a pop-up there. There's 2 of them in here. I don't know which one's easier for Scott, but these are nice little USB and also your 2 plugins.
So you can see your plugins just go down flat, and you can use them or not use them, and that makes it really convenient.
We also have back here, this is one of the heater that you control when the truck is running. You can have heat or air, and this is that Webasto heater that I was talking about. That'll knock your socks off. And that one's, the blower is right here on the floor, so you can turn that, you can point it forward to keep the front warm. It'll keep the floor warm.
Yeah, so lots of awesome features. So now we're gonna jump outside and give you a little tour of the outside.
Peterbilt 579. What you're looking at for the power plant is the Cummins X15 Performance in the 525 horse. I think it's 1850 torque, and so far it seems like a decent machine.
What are some of the other things that you're going to have done aftermarket?
We're having the OPS oil purification system put on it, a Fleet Air filter put on it to help it breathe a little bit more, and we're also doing the Safety Plus steering stabilizer mechanism. It's going to go on the stabilizer bar down there. The thing is the safety in the event of a blowout, a steer tire blowout. My wife could still control this truck with one hand.
Basically like a steering stabilizer on steroids.
Basically. Looking down, we've got the 315 16 ply low pro 22.5 tires on the front. Help support the 14.6 steer axle that we have. All right, next we have our side door with the automatic step. Got the screen door, got the porch light, keyless entry. Next we have storage compartment. Filled to the brim with all the goodies. Twin 150-gallon fuel tanks. Those are going to be wrapped white. 80 lights that are on it. That's that deflects the exhaust away from the wheel seals. 4 single hump WTI fenders put on in Indiana.
Got all the lights on for you.
Oh, there you go. It's lit up. Got the Valley Chrome 8-hole whale. I guess they call it a whale tail bumper. We got it plumbed for the rear air lines. Got to get grease on that 5th wheel yet. This will be relocated, and there'll be step boxes put on for more storage and access to the back. Another 150-gallon tank. It's your Onan 7,500 watt generator. Another control panel. Your DEF tank. That's a considerable upgrade from our other tank. It was about 1/3 of that. 25. That's what I'm guessing. Our other one was about something like that.
And then right here this is where the cassette for the bathroom and our water.
Yep. We got separate hoses for tank 1 and tank 2. Yeah, that's about the extent of it. This is the Cummins X15. That's the 100th anniversary edition.
They told me about shaving the tires, and I've been driving for 20+ years, and I never heard about that. What's that about?
From what I understand, most tires, when they're made, they're not exactly perfectly round. What they do is they'll put it on a machine and they'll spin it and they'll check it digitally, and then they come in with a big razor and basically start at the high spot and bring it down till it's level. That way you don't have to use your what are those that they put in the tires? Centromatics. You don't have to buy those. It's a lot easier on your suspension because it's not cavitating all the time. You're not
More even wear.
more even wear, better balance.
All right, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed the tour and you caught all the funness about their brand new truck. You can see it's not lettered. There's no information really, but that's for a reason, because we don't want to let you know what they're hauling, who they're hauling for, or any of that good stuff. They are a owner-operator for a reason, and you don't need to know all that stuff about them. But hey, it was a fun tour. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We enjoyed it for sure. But if you would like to possibly show off your truck or give somebody a tour, if you have a really nice truck and you want to do a tour and you happen to be in our area, you can comment below and we can see if that could happen. So thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Until next time, enjoy the adventures and stay safe. Bye.